Amen. Well, we are logged into Ustream. Thank you, Ustream. We are back here. If I look a little disheveled, it's only because I came running here from the metro. Use the camera here to comb my hair a little bit and get my hair out of my way. But we do welcome you to the Wiley Drake Show, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of several Wiley Drake shows we have done live from here at what we're referring to as our SCOTUS studio. SCOTUS means Supreme Court of the United States. Now, if you would like to be on the air with us, you can do so. All you got to do is pick up your phone and give us a call. You can call us on Crusade Radio's number, and of course that number, get this back here just a little bit, that number is of course excuse me for being in the way of the camera, but I need to get this thing plugged in so we don't lose power. But anyway, we thank the Lord for the opportunity. I'll be right back. Okay, folks, we're hooked up, we're live, and we're here with you from the Supreme Court of the United States of America. And if you'd like to be a part of this show, you can be. All you have to do is pick up your phone and call. You can call us, and if you pardon me, I'm wiping perspiration because I just came from over across town to get here, and the metro is running a little bit slow, and I'm a little bit old, and so it took me a while to get here. Anyway, I think I'm sort of unsweated a little bit. Maybe I don't look too sweaty. That's what happens when you don't have a travel crew to travel with you. You just have to do your own thing. We do welcome you to the Wiley Drake Show, and there are several ways you can reach us. First of all, you can watch us right here on ustream.tv, and of course, that's very easy to do. Let me just get out of this. Okay, now there's several phone numbers that you can call us on. You can call us on 559 5963. No, I'm sorry, 559-592-5961. Give us a call, and we'll be more than happy to put you on the phone with us. And that phone is right here. We are connected to Crusade Radio. Good morning, Crusade Radio. I'm sorry we cannot receive your instant messages. I have not learned how to do that yet on my BlackBerry. I will. It's coming. One of these days I'll get to where I can do that. But in the meantime, we're here with you. We're live. Brother Mel will put the calls through on Crusade Radio if we get them. So if you call 559-592-5961, we'll be more than happy to talk to you about anything, any subject that you would like to discuss. Now, right now we have been at least talking about, I put out an email that I thought was very important, and that email was simply this. I can remember what I said. Uh, Contrary to most politicians, I'm not a politician, but I am in political territory. And I do remember what I said. Here's what I said, very simply and very straightforward. Killing a baby is a sin, period. No additions, no amendments, no additives, just killing a baby. Killing a baby is a sin. That's 6 words. And I mean those with all my heart, and I stand behind them. I stand beside them. All right, caller, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Good morning, caller, and this is the Wiley Drake Show live from the Capitol in the United States, and we are, in fact, in our SCOTUS studio. SCOTUS stands for Supreme Court of the United States. Would you please, if you feel so led to do so, you don't have to. Well, let me hasten to tell anyone that calls in here for whatever reason, we ask you to identify yourself and where you're from, but that is certainly not necessary. We have many people that are dealing with many subjects that want to remain anonymous. We have people in other parts of the world that want to remain anonymous. So I simply say, I ask you to identify yourself, but please understand, if you don't want to do that, just ignore me, okay? Now, if you would like, please identify yourself and tell us where you're calling from, and then what are we going to talk about?
Virginia, and I want to talk about the Fox News network that has not been willing to allow people from the ex-gay community to speak about issues, but they entertain Wayne Besson, who has ticketed Family Research Council, the Value Voters Summit, took ads out against these Christian organizations and ex-gays, and yet they have made numerous appearances on Bill O'Reilly's show, and the Christian community and former homosexuals have made none. We get no responses. And as we all know, there was a shooting by a gay activist at the Family Research Council.
By the way, Regina, let me interrupt you just for a moment, if I could, please. Yesterday, I had the privilege to shake hands and hug his neck of the man called Leo the Hero, the man who was shot defending Family Research Council. So we were in their prayer room yesterday, and we also met with Leo. And I want to say to you and to all of our listening audience on television and on radio that Leo is doing fine. He looks good. I've known Leo for years because we go to the Family Research Council every time we bring our Congressional Prayer Conference to the Hill, which is at least once a month. But anyway, I've known Leo, great man of God, and he said, please tell your listening audience, please tell your TV audience, please tell all of our friends, I'm doing great. He got a big old cast on his arm, and he's a one-armed man right now, but he's doing great, and he looks good, and he feels good, and he's encouraged. So thank you, Regina, for bringing that up, and I apologize for interrupting you, but go ahead.
Oh, that's quite all right. I mean, I have met Leo been to meetings and conferences at the Family Research Council. He's a
Yes.
wonderful Christian man who gave his all in faith to people in that building. Had he not done that, we don't know where this may have led to and what kind of massacre may have occurred. So I'm glad to hear that Leo is doing well. I've met him, and he's a wonderful, wonderful man. And we can all be grateful that there are people like him.
Well, I agree with you and certainly agree with what FRC does. I've been associated with them now for more than 20 years. I had the privilege to serve as the chair of the Congressional Prayer Conference, and like I said, we come to the Hill once a month. We're here this week. I've been here all week. We'll be here through Saturday. But at any rate, we support Family Research Council, and I indeed am appalled by the so-called Southern Poverty Law Center. I've had more run-ins with them than I'd like to admit. They are terrible, terrible, bad people, and they badmouth people, and they caused this shooting. This man was egged on. This man was encouraged to do what he did. Now, I'm sure they didn't say go shoot somebody, but their encouragement is those people are right-wing nuts, they're idiots, they need to be taken care of, etc., etc. And I've heard Morris Dees, the head of that organization, say that many times. And he must remove the Family Research Council from that list of terrible people because the FRC is a loving, good group of people. Go ahead, Regina, with your, and I know your organization is too. PFOX, we praise God for what you guys do, and we're here to be supportive. So go ahead.
We appreciate that, and we are circulating a letter, and we have had Liberty Council, we've had Traditional Values, we've had several organizations signing on requesting that PIPA or another organization be allowed on the air to rebut when an open gay homosexual who makes false statements, who put ads in the paper last year attacking FRC and American Family Association and anyone that opposes the gay agenda. They were picketing. They have Wayne Besson writes articles for the Falls Church News Press
Yes.
that are false and makes statements. That encourages people like this. And the SPLC accompanied him to ticket that conference last year, accompanied him to hand out flyers against the pro-marriage one man, one woman that is on the ballot this year in Maryland. These people are agitators. They make false statements about Christian organizations and homosexuals, and they are given an unchallenged audience on Bill O'Reilly's show and on Fox News. Does not Fox News, they claim they're fair and balanced? Then why is it that they've not invited people we know who've left this lifestyle, people who are Christians and who can dispute these falsehoods and things that, and I mean, this gentleman, we didn't know what he read. What articles was he reading? Was he reading some of these things? When you have activists out there calling these groups and tying themselves gay activists and accusing Christian organizations of being hate groups because we merely support the law, the science, and the biblical truths about marriage.
That's right.
And that is inappropriate. And then you have a big news network giving them an unchallenged airtime.
Yeah.
It just makes no sense. And how many people, you know, it's known that there were other phone calls made, other accusations that have been made. And you know, why would anybody want to promote and call these people evil and liars and name them so that you have somebody like this man attack a Christian organization? And thank the Lord for Leo that he was willing to risk his life to save people.
Yeah.
It never had happened. Never.
Well, and we don't know how many he saved because we do know that there's a very strong indication, and now this is speculation, certainly, but why would a man who is pro homosexual, why is a man who is pro lesbian, gay, and working with that organization, why would he have 15 Chick-fil-A sandwiches in his backpack? Obviously, he knows about the Chick-fil-A day that I started on August the 1st, and we got people to buy Chick-fil-A sandwiches. Chick-fil-A had traffic lined up all around the block after we introduced here on the Wiley Drake Show Chick-fil-A Day on August 1. He certainly did not have those sandwiches there because he was supportive. So the only other thing to understand is he had those sandwiches for another reason. Now, I can speculate, you could, others could, but it's obvious to me that he had plans at least to do damage to 15 people and leave his Chick-fil-A calling card behind. Now, if that's over speculation, I certainly apologize, but I don't believe it is. I believe it's just logical thinking. I have known FRC for many years. I knew FRC before Tony took over, and I was very pleased when Tony took over the FRC, and I've been very faithful to work with them, and I've been very pleased with what they've done. When we bring the Capitol Hill prayer meeting to Capitol Hill, we're a different organization. We're from all over the country, but their chaplain, Pierre Bynum, opens their prayer room. They have a prayer room there. Pierre opens that prayer room for us, and we go in there. When we're here for the week, we go in on Tuesday and Thursday, and starting next month, we're going to be going in on Friday as well. Pierre Bynum and Tony Perkins are the most, and I be careful how I say this because somebody will criticize me, but they're two of the most lovely men I know. And I mean lovely in the sense of Christian love. They love their own family, they love their own staff, but they are hardworking people and they are loving people. I tell you, I'm sort of an in-your-face kind of guy. I'm an old street preacher. I'm an old street fighter. And so I can be a little pushy sometimes. And I've been around Tony Perkins, and I've been around Pierre Bynum, and been around other staff members, Leo and others. And the only thing they've ever said to me is, back off a little bit, Wiley. We don't want to be too aggressive. And now here's this kind of organization, loving, kind, gentle, and doing what they can to protect and save the family and indeed save our nation. And yet, a man like Morris Dees, who all you got to do is look him up on the internet, folks. If you want to know what the Southern Poverty Law Center is all about, Google Morris Dees, and you will find out that his mistresses, plural, and his family members will tell you he's a bad guy. Now, if that's the case, if family says that, you can imagine what he really is like. But bottom line is, that kind of man to attack somebody like the Family Research Council is absolutely uncalled for and must be stopped.
Oh, and that was why we have put this letter out. You'll have one.
Well, listen,
Right on.
let me say to you, Regina, that I'm the chairman of the Congressional Prayer Conference of Washington, D.C. My co-chairman is Dr. Clyde Rivers, who is an ambassador from the nation of Burundi, Africa. And both he and I are more than willing to be signatories on that letter. We certainly appreciate and support what PFOX does and what you folks do. You've been on our shows before, and you've always done a great job. Always give us good information and very loving in the way you do it. So please feel
There
free to.
are, there are some of us, Wiley, that, like myself, who have family members that are homosexual and former homosexual.
Right.
We love and get along with them, and they would never seek violence. They believe that people have their right to self-determination, but they also believe that we don't victimize Christians and former homosexuals or conservatives.
That's right.
When you have Besson and SPLC picketing the conference, putting out hate mail in the newspaper, attacking organizations like this, it just takes one person who's tied to gay activism, and of course Wayne hates ex-gays, and he's an open homosexual.
Yeah.
So when you tie all this together, they're not interested in tolerance. They're interested in silencing people of faith. We've got to stand up and defend ourselves. I mean, we all did that.
Well, let me ask you to do this.
Well,
Let me ask you to do this. Can you hang on just 1 second? Hang on just a minute. Are you still with me?
I sure am.
Okay, I was getting another call, and I was hoping it might be my co-chair. In fact, it is my co. No, it's not either. I'm sorry. Anyway,
If
uh,
you would just ask people to go to pfox.org and sign that petition.
okay, so it's P as in Paul, P as in Paul, F as in Frank, FOX, pfox.org, and they can go and sign that petition, right?
That's correct. It's
All right.
on the SPLC.
Yes. Now that's the petition against Southern Poverty Law Center. Now I have said this, and I'll say it again. SPLC stands for Southern Poverty Law Center. There is nothing. Listen, I'm a Southerner. I was born and raised in the South. I consider myself to be.
Excuse me, Mr. Wiley.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know if you received this email.
Oh no, I did not. I have not been in my emails. Okay, in the screen program, please note. Okay,
Sorry.
okay, all right. I'll shut her down then.
Thank you very much.
I will. Yeah.
You can have. You
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
keep this
Okay.
phone.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Let me just wrap up and then I'll shut down. Okay.
Very quickly.
Okay. Yeah. Will do. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have to shut down here. It has been brought to my attention that they do not want me broadcasting live from Supreme Court, and so I certainly want to comply with that, and I'm going to do that. So we'll be back shortly after we get outside. We'll come back online with you, but in the meantime, we will say good day, God bless you, and bye-bye.